We're going to be talking about how to find ebooks through the library website, mainly the ebooks that we are subscribed to as university libraries, but also I will show you two resources where you can access or have access to open educational resources, as well as some open access ebooks and audiobooks. So to get started, I'm going to go directly to the website of the university libraries. And we're going to see first three ways where you can find and locate ebooks. First of all, it's going to be the search all, which is right in the center of the page. Here you can search by keywords, by author, by title, or even by chapter title if you're looking for a specific book chapter. So to take an example, I'm going to try looking for online education. Okay, so these are my results. They are mixed up between journal articles, newspapers, and so on. But we can limit on the left hand side under content type, we can limit by books or ebooks. But if we click on more, we can also limit by book chapter. So we can choose both book or ebook or book chapter, and then we click on apply. This way my results are now limited, and I can try to access whatever seems relevant to my search. We have two options, either full text online or check availability. When you see the link full text online, it will take you directly to the website of or the platform where the ebook is available. The check availability option, it will take you to our catalog where the ebook could be either accessible as a print book, the book is accessible as a print book, or if it's an ebook, it will also take you to the link that will lead you to access the ebook directly online. So I'm going to check availability for the first title. And here you can see that we have all the information about the ebook, including the link to access it online. The second option, I'm going to go back to the university library's website to see the second way where we can search for ebooks. So if we scroll a little bit down, under resources, there is a link that says ebooks. The difference between the search all and this link, I will highlight it in a bit. Here you can search if you have the title of the book or if you have some words within the title of the book. So you cannot search by keywords, random keywords. For example, if your book is on education, but the title doesn't contain the word education, it will not show up here. So here you can search either by title begins with, so you can use the first few words of the title, or the exact title, or some words available within the title. So if you're not sure what is exactly the title, you can use some relevant keywords from it, or you can use the ISBN, which is the standard number for every book. If you scroll also a little bit down, you can browse by subject. So if you just want to see latest ebooks or relevant ebooks related to economics, you can scroll and see, click on economics and see the available options. To take an example here, we will search, for example, two words, learning, teaching. But since I don't know the order of these two words, so it could be online learning and teaching, it could be learning and teaching online, so I cannot use the title begins with. I have to choose title contains all words, and then I can search. And the results will be listed at the end of the page. The link with the name of the publisher or the provider will take you directly to open any of these ebooks. So you can see we have several providers. This is the second way how you can access ebooks. The third way, again, we go back to the university library's website, and under the search all box, we have the word that says databases. Most of you are probably used to looking up databases on this page, but the databases do not only provide research articles or book reviews, they also provide access to ebooks. So under all databases type, we're going to choose books. we can check 59 databases that provide access to ebooks, or we can limit again, additionally, by subject. So for example, I will take the multidisciplinary as a subject. So now I have databases that give me books, or ebooks, and for different subjects, not just a specific subject. Now, these are the three ways where you can access the ebooks provided by the university libraries. Now we're going to be looking at three major providers that have a little bit of or some requirements on how to download the ebooks, more complicated or a little bit more technical than other providers. The majority are easily or user-friendly, where you can go and find the PDF and simply you can download it. But the ones I'm going to highlight now have more features, and they have a lot of books, so you will probably encounter or come across these platforms, and you will wonder, how can I manage around these ebook platforms? So the first one we're going to be looking at today is Proquest Ebook Central. And as you know, since we are off campus, once we click on the database, it will ask to log in using the username and password in order to have access to the resources as if we are at AUB. So this is the Proquest Central. So I'm going to try to search with random keywords, for example, applied linguistics. And these are my results. It would be easier if you can limit here by owned and subscribed to on the left side. This way you will make sure that all the books, you have access to them. Let's take the first book as an example. You can also look at the list of chapters, not only books. So we're going to click on the first title. Under the book, we have the option to read online. So when you want to read online, you don't need to have any softwares, you don't need to have any requirements or to sign in. You can simply click on read online, and the book will open on the screen immediately. So here we have the table of contents on the left side, and you can scroll to read the ebook online. Now, if you want to annotate, to make any use of any feature available on the screen to download, you will need to sign in. So if I click on PDF, for example, here, it will ask me to sign in to this account. So any feature except reading it online, it will ask you to sign in. The same happens if you want to download the whole book or if you want to download any chapter of the book. So I'm going to go back to the page of this book. And if you look under availability, it will tell us that we can read online, we can download the whole book, and it will be available for up to 14 days, or we can download chapters and up to 77 pages. So each provider or each publisher will have their own limitations or own restrictions on the number of pages we can download. But if we want the whole book, so we click on download the whole book, but it's not going to be downloaded as PDF. First, it will ask me to sign in. So in case you don't have an account already on this platform, you need to create one. It's easy and free. So you can create your own account and then sign in. Once I'm signed in, I can download this ebook, but it will ask me for additional steps. It will ask me where I'm using this ebook. Is it on a laptop or a desktop, or is it on a mobile or handheld item? So in that case, I'm choosing my computer and I continue. And here it will ask me to download a software called Adobe Digital Editions. It's a software that would allow you to read and to annotate on the ebook, but you cannot download it as PDF. So this is the only option from this platform for you to have the whole ebook accessible offline, so without internet, on your own computer. Once you're done downloading the Adobe Digital Edition, simply you go back to this page and you click Done with this step. And here I have the information on the ebook and how long it takes to download, what is the size of the file, and how long I have the book in my application. and then I click on download. Just give me 1 second so I can open the application because I already have the book downloaded to save on time. Okay, so this is the Adobe Digital Edition. The features in this software are very basic, very simple. So on the library, you can see the books that you have downloaded. And here you have the options. You just click on the book and you'll be able to read it online. As I said, the features are very basic. You can bookmark the page of your choice by simply highlighting and click on this already bookmarked. So I'm going to choose another page and click on the bookmark option here, and it will be bookmarked and it will show here. So the bookmarks, the notes, the annotations, they show up under this tab. If I go back to the text and I want to make a note or highlight a part of it, simply select the text, right click and choose highlight. Or you can right click and choose to add a note or bookmark page or even copy the text. So the options are not many, they're limited, but this is the only way in this platform to read and to have the ebook available as a complete book offline that you can access without internet. So this is the first publisher or platform where ebooks are a little bit complicated to access. If we want to download chapters, we scroll down, the chapters are listed under at the end of the page. And since we have a limitation of 77 pages, so you can choose to download more than one chapter as long as the total of the number of pages do not exceed 77 pages. Yes, I can repeat it. It's under the University Library homepage. You click on databases and you can select the books by types, or you can simply type the name of the database on the top, and you can also limit by subject. So it depends what you're looking for. But for this database exactly, Zaina, you can just choose books, or you can type the name under the search for databases. So we'll go back to the list of databases. The second platform we're going to see now is Taylor and Francis. A lot of our ebooks are also accessible via this publisher. Oh yes, Carla is asking me. I forgot to mention another note, especially needed for the next part of this session, which is the permanent link. So if you want to share the link for the book in your course, you need to share what we call the permanent link or persistent link or stable URL. Because usually when we share the link on the top, it's a temporary link that will break. And we need to be able to share the link with the students where they can open and access the ebooks. So usually on this platform, it's called, you have the option to share the link to book. So you can copy this one and you can share it later on. Carla will explain how to use them in your course, but take note where they are available. So in this platform, it's available under download books on the left that says share link to book, and you can just copy it and use it in your course material. Now, back to Taylor and Francis. Here as well, you can search for keywords, for authors, for titles, and any other options you have related to the ebook. So I'm going to go with Teaching Online and search. Again, same as we did in Proquest, it's best to limit the content to the ones we have access to. So we choose content that we have access. And this way we know that everything we see on the screen is accessible. Okay, so we choose, let's say, Teaching and Learning Online. So here we have two options, either to download the whole book or to read it online. So if I click on Read Online, same as Proquest, you can read easily online, but if you want to use any of the features available like annotation, bookmarking, you will need to sign in. But if you want to read, you can easily read page by page. Let's say I want to annotate, it will ask me to create an account and then to log in to this platform. So the same feature as the previous publisher. But when it comes to downloading the whole ebook, simply by clicking on download, you'll be able to download the PDF. And the persistent link or the stable URL, in that case, is the DOI of the book. So you can use this link to share with your student or to use it in the course or to share with anyone. This is the persistent or permanent or stable link that you can use. So when I click on download here, I can download the whole book. And if you want to download a certain chapter, just scroll down to the end of the page where you can download as PDF any chapter of your choice. So mainly Taylor and Francis is not complicated, but it's the option to read online that requires you to log in or to create an account in case you want to highlight or annotate inside the book. Okay, so we're going to the last ebook platform, which is probably familiar to all of you, is Ebsco, ebook collection. So the same layout as the database where you search for articles, but this time the collection that we're searching is the ebook collection. And let's say I choose keyword language and I search. I want to see what books are available about language. So I take the first one as an example. I have the option to download the PDF full text or to fully download the book. So I go by, usually, always it's best to click on the title first. This way we will have all the information related to the book, including the permanent link that we're going to be using later on, which is on the right side of the book information. Under the list of tools, you have the word permalink that you can use to copy and to share with other people. So here we have all the information. If you keep scrolling a little bit down, you will see the limitations of the publisher. So in that case, for this book, you are allowed only to print or to save as PDF only 100 pages, but you can copy paste from the text as much as you need. Here you have the table of contents where you can check which part of the book you would like to look at. And on the right side, we have the PDF option to download up to 100 pages and the full download. So I'm going to click on the full download option. It will ask me again, same as the previous platforms, to sign in or to create an account. Since already my account is created, I will sign in. So this is the whole book. I'm already signed in. So either I click on, it's better to be signed in before clicking on full download. Otherwise, you'll have to go back to repeat the steps because it's just a glitch in the database. So I will go back to the results list and click again on full download because it disappears for some reason. So this is my book. I click on the title and then the full download book will appear again. So it's best always to log in first and then to open the book of your choice. So here I click on full download and it will open this window for me where I have the option to choose between PDF and EPUB. It depends on the availability. So for this book, PDF is the only option. I can borrow it for 7 days, but also I have to have the Adobe Digital Editions downloaded or installed on my PC. So in that case, I already have it and I can fully download the book. And I already have it, so it will ask me to save or to open the file. And my application will be ready to open the book for me once the download is complete. Okay, so let's say, for example, this is the book. Let's say, for example, I downloaded this as the language book. So here I go back to the Adobe Digital Edition and I can read my book. So it's the same software for both platforms, Ebsco and Proquest. The PDF full text download will allow me to download the pages up to 100 pages, as we said. And you can choose to have the pages from different chapters or you can have them one sequence, like for example, from page 20 to 120, and you can download the pages you need. You can also share directly to your Google Drive. You still have the permanent link accessible on this page, and you can also have the citation for this book. So basically, these are the three platforms or three main publishers that requires some softwares or technical features to be able to use them. However, the remaining publishers are much more easier. So you can directly download the chapters or the whole book. It depends on each platform. I wanted to highlight these three because they have a big number of the ebooks that we provide on these platforms. So in case you happen to fall on one of these platforms, you'll be able to manage yourself in them. This is related to the ebooks that are accessible via the library. I would like to show you as well some ebooks, open access ebooks or open educational resources where you can also find ebooks for your courses. So I will go back to the website of the library, and under Research and Teaching Support, I will click on Research Guides. And on the top of the list is an access to ebook guide, where you can find the steps that I have just mentioned, and in addition to the steps regarding the download for the ebooks. So it's kind of a handout for everything related to using the ebooks or accessing the ebooks at the library, starting with the steps that we mentioned. And at the same page, we have the tab that says Open Access, where you can find some of the main open access resources for ebooks, but also there's a thorough list created by my colleague, Ms. Salpine Albandian, who is the head of the science library. If you click on Open Access Database, you will be able to see more resources for open access ebooks, e-textbooks, and audiobooks as well. So feel free to visit any of these pages where you can have access to the steps, the open access ebooks, and you can also see the steps for regarding the platforms like Proquest, ebooks, Taylor and Francis, and other sources. So just to repeat quickly where they are available, on the University Library website, under Research and Teaching Support, you click on Research Guides, and it will be the first on the link. Now for the open educational resources, so just need to type OER, and here we will have the library support on teaching and learning, and we click on OER. And you can search by open textbooks, recorded, different types of material, not just ebooks. So this is also a collection of resources that might be helpful in your in preparing or in adding resources to your course. I will be sharing the links for this guide, for the ebook guide, and for the open access guide, and after the workshop or after the webinar. My part is practically over. I'm going to hand it now to Ms. Carla Chalhoub, and I will take your questions at the end in the live Q&A.
So good morning, everybody. Thank you for attending. Joyce about ebooks, how to find ebooks. In my session, we will talk a little bit about copyright and fair use in online teaching. When you are preparing for your course, what are the things that you need to pay attention to? How can you share the resources with the students? This will help you a lot in planning for your courses. So copyright and fair use in online teaching. First, what is copyright? A copyright, I will go very quickly over what is copyright so you can understand a little bit what I'm going to talk next. A copyright is a group of fundamental rights. It's given to authors of creative or originally created works for a limited time of period. يعني الcopyright it has a time. after a certain time, it depends from a country to another. After a certain time, it will expire. بتصير in the public domain. Copyright, it's the exclusive legal right of the owner of a work to reproduce the work in whole or in part, to publish, distribute, sell copies of the work, to publicly perform the work, to publicly display the work, to create the translations, adaptations, and so on. Copyright is a delicate balancing between the rights of the creator, يعني the author of the work, and those who wish to access it, يعني the public, the students, the faculty. In our case, it's our research community. What does the Lebanese law tell us about copyright when it comes to the education setting? Article 26, it says exactly, it shall be permitted without the authorization of the author and without obligation to pay him or her compensation to copy or reproduce articles published in newspapers and magazines or short excerpts of a work, provided, so أول شيء first, to copy or reproduce articles in not everything. You cannot reproduce a whole thing. هيدا number one. Second, provided that it is done solely for educational purposes. And it has to be only educational purposes. It cannot be for commercial purposes. And within the necessary limits of such purpose. I will tell you what does this mean later on. If the names of the author and the publisher appear on the original work, they shall be mentioned in each and every article or work. يعني we should cite, which is, we all know this, but the students need to know that this is very important. When a citation is extremely important when it comes to copyright. This is the Lebanese law. Now, what is fair use? Fair use, it's in the American law. So it's very much like the Lebanese law. What allows you fair use is what allows you also the American law. Fair use, it's a major limitation. It allows copyrighted work. And احنا under the article that I have explained a minute before, it allows you to use copyrighted work. We're not talking about the work which is in the public domain. We're talking about the copyrighted work. So it allows the use of copyrighted work for educational purposes without constituting an infringement of the copyright law, without emailing each and every time the copyright owner to get an authorization, okay? And what are the factors that determine this is fair use? Yani I can use it for educational purposes. First, as we have said, it's the purpose of the use. It should be educational purposes. It's the nature of copyrighted work, if it's factual, if it's creative, the amount of the material used, and the greater the amount, the less likely I can use it. What is considered acceptable? What can I copy? And I am preparing for a class. What can I copy? If I have a faculty who came and told me, I need 4 chapters of a book. I want to put them on course on the Moodle or on course reserve. More than 1 chapter is not allowed. More than 1 chapter is not allowed. So one chapter of a book, 1 complete article from 1 journal issue or a newspaper, maximum 10 pages from a poem, short story, short literary work, taken from a volume of short stories, up to 10% per short book, reports, pamphlets, and similarly formatted work. 1 separate illustration, a chart, diagram, drawing, cartoon, photograph, map. So this is considered acceptable. I can share it with my students. Now, this is concerning print. What about the online material? Resource resources downloaded from databases are different than the print resources. The print resources, we have to follow the copyright. The online material, we have to follow the licenses we sign with the providers. Yani in this case, the contract law prevails over copyright law. Okay, so mostly in all databases, in all database providers, almost the contracts accept that we link to the article. I asked Joyce to show you how to link to an ebook, how to get the persistent link, because faculty should place the link on the Moodle and should not download an article, whether email it to the students or post it on Moodle. Okay, you cannot email the article to the, you cannot download the article in PDF and post it. You can link to it, and because the students are active students, they will be able to download it directly through the database by using their own AUB credentials. Now, you will tell me, what about multimedia? Okay, articles from databases, fine. If we want to show a multimedia, or if we want to stream a multimedia in the session, what do we do? What does the law say? Showing an entire movie or film or musical work on the LMS may be of an issue. So what do we do? AUB Library subscribes to streaming media databases such as Sage Research Methods and other databases. So the library has the proper and the legal license that will allow you to stream those videos in the class. First choice, you can stream them and you can watch the video in the class with the students online. Second, you can share the persistent link with the students so they can watch it independently, and then they come to the class, you can discuss the content of the session with the students, the content of the multimedia, sorry. Now you will tell me, what about if I don't find what I want in the library databases? And you can find them, there is a section, like Joyce showed you, if you go and choose ebooks, if you limit databases by ebooks, you can limit databases by multimedia or by images. So if you tell me I didn't find what I want, what about I found what I want on Netflix or Amazon? You have to be careful here. One faculty called and asked me, can I have a personal subscription. Can I show the video? Can I stream it live online in the class? No, you cannot. Because when it comes to Netflix and Amazon, first, when you create the account, fee terms and conditions, usually we do not look at these terms and conditions. So these have detailed membership agreements that may forbid the streaming of subscribed content in a classroom or other public venue. So you may direct your students to subscription services like Netflix. They may watch it at their own pace, using their own accounts, but you cannot. If you have a personal account on Netflix, you cannot stream it. Now you would tell me, what about YouTube? It's the same with YouTube. The YouTube, first they have terms and conditions, but besides terms and conditions, I don't know if the videos on YouTube are legally posted. You want to put on the LMS or share the link, it has to be a legal copy. So you have to judge the video you want to use. Definitely, there are some open sources and some legal streaming content on some websites. For example, the Moving Image Archive, which is part of the Internet Archives. You might find some videos available for free download. You have the openculture.com. It's a collection of links to hundreds of indie films, documentaries, and much more. You have TED Talks, Lots of faculty are using TED Talks and as an example in their courses. You can use that. You can stream these inside the class because those are legally available on the internet. So what do I need to take from this session? It's not that complicated. There are a few things that you need just to make sure while preparing for your course. Make sure to have a legitimate item to post. Anything you need to use with the students, don't just go over the internet, acquire some material, and then go to the online learning group and tell them, please post this for me. Don't do that. You have to make sure that this is a lawfully made, lawfully acquired for as a library. Those are lawfully acquired. And even if you're getting things free from the internet, like the OERs, the websites I have just mentioned, make sure to have a legal made publicly available copy. Second, provide access only to students registered in the class. Do not give access to anyone who is not registered, because in the Lebanese law, this is mentioned. It's very crucial to pay attention to this. Ensure that access is terminated by the end of the semester following the final examinations. You have to stop access. You have not to forget about stopping access for the students following the final examinations last day. Always link to online material. Always link, of course, unless you have the material is in print. You may photocopy and and you may convert it into a PDF copy, place it on Moodle if the item is available only in print. Something that even the American law advise you to do is to discourage further distribution. You create the syllabus. Most of the students don't know anything about copyright. Most of us, if we did not study this issue, we wouldn't have known that those are things we can do or we cannot do. So we need to inform the students in a proper way. You can include a notice on the class syllabus and or on copies of the course documents. A statement like the following: the course material is subject to the Lebanese copyright law on the protection of literary and artistic property, number 75, 3 April 1999. It is only for the use of students in, and specify the course name, in education to 18 or whatever is the course name. Further reproduction and or distribution is strictly prohibited as it may constitute a copyright infringement. First, you are informing the students what they can do with the course content. And then second, you are protecting yourself and the institution, because any copyright infringement done by the students, we have done our job. We have noticed the students that they cannot share the information, they cannot reproduce the information or any material provided in the course. Now, AUB librarians are here to help you ensure legitimacy of content you would like to use in your online classes. You can always contact us. There is the AUB LibGuide on copyright. You can check it. It has lots of details. It has been prepared by my colleague, Mrs. Nabila Shahabuddin. When you are in doubt, you can ask us, and the consultation is free.